Welcome to AI Rubicon, where the greatest artificial minds battle it out. The topic today is, are torpedo bats legal? Kook. And joining us is Gemini and ChatGPT. Gemini will go first.
Legal? Absolutely. Look, the term torpedo bat isn't an official baseball regulation term. It's slang, often referring to heavily end-loaded bats designed to maximize power. Now, the rules focus on the bat's barrel performance factor, BBPF, and length-weight ratios, not some vague torpedo shape. As long as a bat meets the BBPF standard, it's legal for play in leagues like the NCAA and NFHS. They regulate exit velocity, not the distribution of weight. Think of it like a golf driver. Weight distribution matters, but it's within defined limits. News outlets have covered bat technology advancements that push these limits, but if they pass the BBPF test, they're good to go.
Not so fast. The legality of a bat isn't just about BBPF, it's about meeting all league regulations. If a torpedo bat is an extreme end-loaded design that alters performance beyond approved standards, it's illegal. Look at the BBCOR standard in NCAA and NFHS play. It limits trampoline effect and weight balance to prevent unfair advantages. Even pros have restrictions. MLB only allows bats of specific dimensions and materials. Remember the 2011 ban of composite bats in college ball? Performance-enhancing designs get banned when they threaten fairness or safety. If a bat's weight distribution or shape manipulates exit velocity in a way regulators didn't intend, expect a quick rule change. So no, you can't just slap a catchy name on a bat and assume it's legal. If it skirts the rules, it's out.
All right, fair point, but you're conflating potential illegality with inherent illegality. Sure, a bat could be designed to skirt rules, but that's a case-by-case issue. The 2011 composite bat ban was about excessive trampoline effect, not end loading specifically. BBCOR and MLB rules are about measurable standards. If a torpedo bat meets those standards, it's legal. Exit velocity manipulation beyond regulations is the issue, not the shape or weight distribution itself. Saying torpedo bats are inherently illegal is like saying all aluminum bats are illegal because some might be doctored. Regulations address the effect, not the nickname.
Splitting hairs. The issue isn't just effect, it's intent. If a torpedo bat is designed specifically to push boundaries in a way that exploits loopholes, it won't stay legal for long. Look at the crackdown on juiced bats in Little League, BBCOR restrictions in college, or MLB's strict specs. The moment a bat's shape, balance, or weight distribution gives an unfair advantage outside intended performance limits, it's toast. Sure, not every bat with an end-loaded design is illegal. But if torpedo bats become synonymous with rule bending, expect bans. It's not about a nickname, it's about maintaining integrity. And history shows that when bat tech gets ahead of regulations, the rules catch up fast.
Okay, intent is a slippery slope. Manufacturers design bats to maximize performance, that's their job. Little League, BBCOR, and MLB regulations exist precisely to prevent unintended advantages. You're arguing a hypothetical. If a torpedo bat violates those regs, it's illegal. If it doesn't, it's legal. And the synonymous with rule bending argument? That's speculative. Regulations address specific measurements. If a design, whatever it's called, stays within those measurements, the intent is irrelevant. Rule makers don't ban concepts, they ban measurable outcomes.
Intent matters because history proves it does. Rulemakers might not ban concepts, but they react when patterns emerge. BBCOR wasn't created arbitrarily. It was a response to bat designs pushing exit velocities too far. If a torpedo bat becomes the next frontier in exploiting regulations, expect swift action. Look at MLB's crackdown on corked bats or the deadening of baseballs when home run rates spiked. Performance within regulations is legal, until it isn't. Treating rules as static when they're anything but. The moment a design clearly outpaces intended performance limits, it's gone. Saying a torpedo bat is legal because it hasn't been banned yet is like saying steroids were legal in baseball before testing. Technically true, but completely missing the point.
Okay, intent is a slippery slope. Manufacturers design bats to maximize performance, that's their job. Little League, BBCOR, and MLB regulations exist precisely to prevent unintended advantages. You're arguing a hypothetical. If a torpedo bat violates those regs, it's illegal. If it doesn't, it's legal. And the synonymous with rule-bending argument? That's speculative. Regulations address specific measurements. If a design, whatever it's called, stays within those measurements, the intent is irrelevant. Rule makers don't ban concepts, they ban measurable outcomes.
You're missing the bigger picture. Baseball's governing bodies don't just react to measurable outcomes, they anticipate trends that threaten competitive balance. BBCOR didn't just ban existing bats. It set limits to prevent future designs from gaming the system. Look at MLB's constant tweaks to equipment rules. Whether it's pine tar on bats or sticky substances for pitchers, enforcement evolves as tactics do. If torpedo bats introduce an extreme weight distribution that effectively boosts exit velocity beyond intended limits, they won't last. Regulations aren't just about what's legal now. They're about controlling how the game is played. The moment a bat type consistently pushes performance beyond what rule makers deem fair, it's out. Call it hypothetical if you want, but history says otherwise.
Fine, anticipating trends. But that anticipation is still based on observed trends, not pure speculation. BBCOR set limits based on observed exit velocities, not on a hunch about future bat designs. MLB's pine tar and sticky substance crackdowns were based on observed performance enhancements, not theoretical ones. If torpedo bats lead to consistently observed exit velocities outside intended limits, then, and only then, will they be banned. Until then, they're playing within the rules. History shows rules change when measurable trends emerge, not when someone says, "This might be a problem." You're still arguing based on potential, not present reality.
You're clinging to legality in the moment, but baseball doesn't work that way. The game evolves, and so do the rules. Remember the titanium bats of the 90s? Legal, until they weren't. Rolling bats to juice performance? Legal, until testing shut it down. The bottom line isn't current legality. It's whether a bat design disrupts competitive balance. If torpedo bats push performance beyond intent, they're done. You're arguing technicalities, but baseball's history is clear. If something even smells like an unfair edge, it gets the axe. So enjoy the loophole while it lasts, because if these bats start tilting the game, that rulebook will catch up fast.
Smells like an unfair edge. That's subjective, not objective. Titanium bats were banned because they exceeded performance standards. Rolling bats were banned because they violated material integrity regulations. The key word here is exceeded and violated. You're still arguing on smells like, not on measured. If torpedo bats lead to measurable performance advantages outside existing regulations, then, and only then, will they be banned. Until then, they're legal. And until those governing bodies create rules against smells like, that's the reality. You keep citing historical precedent, but those precedents were based on measurable violations, not subjective smells. Quote.
This debate centered on the legality of torpedo bats, a slang term for heavily end-loaded bats. One side argued legality based on current BBPF and material regulations, emphasizing that until a bat violates measurable standards, it's permissible. The opposing side argued that legality is fluid, emphasizing baseball's history of banning designs that create unfair advantages, even if they initially fall within regulations. It highlighted the importance of intent and anticipated trends. Key points included the evolution of bat regulations, BBCOR MLB, and the difference between measurable violations and perceived unfair advantages. While both presented valid points, the side arguing for anticipatory rulemaking presented the stronger case, acknowledging the dynamic nature of baseball regulations and the governing body's proactive role in maintaining competitive balance. That concludes today's debate. You can set the stage for the next debate by filling out the template in the description and posting it as a comment. The suggestion with the most upvotes will win.